11 News starts with breaking news.
Breaking news in Westmoreland County. A crash has Route 51 shut down in Ross Draver. In the past half hour, we learned someone died in this crash. We're working to get more information on the victim as police piece together what happened. Channel 11 traffic anchor Tricia Pittman joins us now with a look at where this happened and how to get around it. Tricia?
51 northbound going to be closed for several hours. As Gordon just mentioned, whenever there is a fatality involved in an accident, police come out. They do accident investigation and reconstruction. So until the northbound lanes reopen, you have two alternate route options. You can take Fellsburg Road to Fells Church Road, and that would be then making a left-hand turn off of 51 northbound. Or if you want to make a right-hand turn off of 51 northbound, you're going to take Willowbrook Road to Gallatin to Markle Road. That takes you back to Salem Church Road. It is back roads, and it will take you a little bit out of your way. Keep in mind, if you're using the first alternate route, you will then have to use Gallatin Road there to come back across that stretch to get back onto the roadway, once again onto 51 northbound. So at this point, several hours until that roadway does reopen. We do have Chopper 11 headed to the scene, and we'll bring you an update coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thanks, Tricia. We're working to find out more about a 19-year-old woman who's in jail, accused of a series of carjackings that came to a crashing stop in Penn Hills. Investigators say one of her intended targets was a law enforcement officer. It all began with a pair of unsuccessful carjacking attempts in East Liberty before getting away in a car she allegedly stole from a dad waiting for his daughter outside Pittsburgh's Obama Academy. Police say she also tried to carjack an off-duty sheriff's deputy.
She was caught completely off guard, obviously. She did pull her firearm, give pursuit. For a short period of time, lost sight of the actor, and then she then observed the actor attempting another carjacking.
The suspect allegedly got into a third victim's car at a Sunoco. Police arrested her after she crashed that car in Penn Hills. Her name has not been released. A search is underway in Westmoreland County for a woman who has been missing since early yesterday. Dina Kotler has not been seen since 7 a.m. Tuesday. Family members say the Ross Draver woman could be driving a white Dodge Nitro with PA plates DDS 2309. The car has a firefighter sticker on the back. If you think you've seen Dina or the car, you're asked to call Ross Draver Police. Local murder trial has come down to this question. Was it a crime of passion or self-defense? It's now up to a jury to decide. Christopher Shellhammer is accused of killing the boyfriend of a woman he met on a dating app. Prosecutors say he killed Mike Henrick at this Masontown home when he went to meet the woman. But the defense says the couple set him up and it was self-defense after they broke his jaw and nose.
I've had a hard time all along with the fact that how anybody can go in somebody's house with a gun and it has to be looking for trouble as far as I'm concerned.
We're watching this case closely. We're told the prosecution is still presenting its case this morning, and the defense could begin presenting their side this afternoon. The Tree of Life and Pittsburgh's Jewish community are celebrating Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is the holiest day of the Jewish year, a day of atonement after the start of the new year, Rosh Hashanah. And it will take on a new meeting this year, marking 1 year since the synagogue attack on October 27th. The city is planning several memorials to honor the 11 victims killed. Yesterday, City Council and the mayor proclaimed October 27th, Remember, Repair, Together Day. Turkey has launched a military operation in northern Syria. It comes just 3 days after President Donald Trump announced U.S. troops are pulling out of Syria. Turkey's president says they are targeting Kurdish forces and ISIS fighters, but Kurdish fighters fought against ISIS in Syria alongside U.S. troops. NBC's Matt Bradley has the developing details.
Yeah, that widely anticipated Turkish assault on northern Syria has begun. And we've already seen the Turks launching airstrikes into northeastern Syria against presumably mostly Kurdish Syrian Democratic Forces targets there. Now, the Syrian Democratic Forces are U.S. allies, just like the Turks. So what we're seeing are two battle-hardened U.S. allies fighting it out on territory that until now was relatively peaceful by the standards of the Syrians. And so this could be a really bruising battle, and we could have quite a few civilian casualties. And that's exactly what the Syrian Democratic Forces have been warning. They've asked the United States just in the last couple of hours to please impose a no-fly zone on northeastern Syria. It seems unlikely that the United States or the coalition that has been fighting ISIS will comply with that because, as we know, President Trump has already given his tacit or active approval to President Erdogan of Turkey, allowing him to make this incursion into northeast Syria. And President Trump has tweeted just again today that he wants to give the Turks control over the fight against Islamic State. Now, that could be problematic if the Turks come in and if the Syrian Kurds, the Syrian Democratic Forces, abandon those positions. They could be allowing ISIS to escape and spread throughout Syria, throughout Iraq, or throughout the region. So to say that this is just a Syria problem or just a Middle East problem is really to sell this very short. This will have knock-on effects throughout the entire region and possibly throughout the world. Matt Bradley, NBC News, Erbil, Northern Iraq.
Turning to weather now. Temperatures dipped into the 40s this morning. Meteorologist Danielle Dozier is tracking how warm it will get this afternoon. A lot of sunshine out there.
There is, and the good news about this time of year is you can have these chilly mornings, and then we get a nice rebound with the sunshine in the afternoon. Visible satellite right now, really hard to come by any clouds. As you see, the thickest clouds are well off to the east or even down to the south. So remember, visible satellite is our instrument up in outer space that's taking pictures of our weather from up above. So the sunshine does look to continue. Temperatures are in the 60s right now. It's 60 in Pittsburgh, 63 in Greensburg, and 64 in Washington. If you've been outside, it's a very comfortable feel to the air. It's dry, which means our dew point is in the 40s. We have our dew point right now at 43 degrees, and that's a very dry air in place, so very pleasant feel to the afternoon. Temperatures will be going up into the upper 60s this afternoon. 68 degrees for the high, and then falling into the 50s overnight tonight. But just how chilly is it getting tonight? I want to show you that. Plus, I'm going to track where some fog may set up as well, coming up in minutes. Gordon.
All right, thanks, Danielle. A new book on the firing of Matt Lauer 2 years ago accuses the former Today Show anchor of rape. The allegations are part of a new book by Ronan Farrow entitled Catch and Kill. In it, a former NBC staffer tells her story publicly for the first time. The alleged victim says the rape occurred while the two were in Sochi, Russia, covering the 2014 Winter Olympics. She also told Farrow that she and Lauer had later sexual encounters that were consensual. The staffer reported the alleged attack to NBC Universal executives 3 years later. Lauer was fired the next day. A change in the rape allegations against former Pittsburgh Steeler Antonio Brown. The alleged victim dismissed her federal lawsuit and refiled it in Florida State Court. That means the case will be decided by a jury. Brown's former trainer accuses him of rape and sexual assault. Brown denies those allegations. Charges are pending against a high school student in Fayette County in connection to a threat posted on social media. Police say several students and parents called them about a threat that mentioned a shooting in the Uniontown area school district. A student at the high school was taken into custody. A new state law has stripped school police officers from making arrests and issuing citations, but lawmakers say it was all a big mistake. A state law is in effect for more than 20 years, previously allowed school officers sworn by a judge to make arrests and issue citations on school property. Language in a new bill has changed everything. By trying to ensure school officers hired by third-party contractors wouldn't be able to perform arrests, lawmakers ended up stripping licensed police officers of their powers. At least one state senator is trying to reverse the mistake with a new bill. Breaking news now, Chopper 11 is now live over that crash in Westmoreland County we told you about at the top of the newscast that has one lane of Route 51 closed in Ross River, and sadly we know someone died here. It looks like the car there is into a field. Tricia Pittman is looking at these live pictures right now, too, to analyze the situation, and she'll join us again in a few minutes to update you. The city of Pittsburgh has been making a lot of traffic changes over the past few weeks that we've been telling you about. Traffic humps, they're being installed all over the city to slow down speeders. And Channel 11's Jennifer Tomazik learned they're making a difference in Bloomfield.
After doing several stories about new speed humps going up around the city, neighbors in Bloomfield contacted me really excited about their new ones.
Ever since the speed bumps have gone in, it seemed to really slow everyone down.
Julia Donnelly doesn't worry quite as much about her dog since the speed humps went in 100th Street in Bloomfield. It was pretty bad.
It's actually one of the first things I noticed. The cars were flying by, seemed to have no concept of slowing down even if you were getting out of your car because we park on the street.
These ones just went up on her street, Edmond Street, a couple of weeks ago. They're some of the latest in a series of speed humps to go in around the city as it tries to calm traffic in certain neighborhoods.
I think it makes it a lot more family friendly. Like, there are kids all over. Like, we have kids on both sides across the street.
Bloomfield Livable Streets worked with the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure to install 3 humps on this one-way street after they say recent car crashes really got to neighbors. One told me that multiple cars, houses, and light poles were damaged in some of the crashes.
I think people need to be reminded that there's kids and there's dogs and there's people who don't want to be run over.
Reporting in Bloomfield, Jennifer Tomazik, Channel 11 News.
The impeachment inquiry is still at a standstill now that the White House is refusing to turn over documents or cooperate. Yesterday, the State Department blocked a U.S. diplomat at the center of the Ukraine scandal from talking with 3 House committees. Moments later, that diplomat was served with a subpoena to testify next week. In a letter, the White House called the inquiry highly partisan, unconstitutional, and a violation of fundamental fairness and due process. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi had this to say.
The president is obstructing Congress from getting the facts that we need. That is an abuse of power for him to act in this way.
Courts have been historically hesitant to step in cases like this. Back in 1993, the Supreme Court ruled impeachment was an issue for Congress and not the courts. Protests outside the Supreme Court yesterday. The High Court heard arguments in one of the most important cases of its new term. Does existing law protect the nation's LGBTQ employees on the job? The justices are considering the case of a Georgia man fired from a county job after joining a gay softball league. Right now, 22 states, including Pennsylvania, have laws banning job discrimination based on sexual orientation. Yet the Supreme Court agrees that a 1964 law covers everyone. That protection would apply throughout the country. State police will begin covering the night shift in Rankin next month. The decision was announced at last night's council meeting. City officials tell us that there just isn't enough patrol officers to patrol the area. Neighbors welcome the help from state police but are concerned about a bigger issue.
They need to get more people to come in and invest. It's a whole lot of land here to invest that would raise the tax base. Then they can pay for more officers.
Rankin officials say they'd eventually like to start a regional force with other boroughs. Allegheny County's budget plan is out, and there is no tax hike for homeowners. That's according to the nearly $1 billion budget proposed yesterday. Among other things, the budget includes money for 61 infrastructure projects, money for the roof of the city-county building, and road funding. County Council must approve the budget by December 6th. That right there fell from the sky into a family's bathroom, but it's not from a plane or helicopter. What that wheel fell off of, just ahead.
We're continuing to identify and charge people that are involved with this.
Even after arrest, people are still dumping trash illegally in a local neighborhood. The reason officials now want the state to get involved.
Plus, I'm tracking the potential for some fog overnight tonight. I'll show you the latest fog tracker. I'm also tracking a strong weather system that's going to be headed our way. I'll show you when.
And Toys R Us is making a comeback online, the partnership that's making it all possible.
You're streaming WPXI now. Who to sit and who to start. The inside information you need to dominate your fantasy football league every week.
WPXI Fantasy Football Insider, powered by FanDuel, Tuesdays at 7:30.
and NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
We're a team you can count on to cover stories that impact your life,
whether it's across the street or around the world.
Channel 11 News at 6.
And NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Pittsburgh's chief meteorologist Stephen Cropper tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
We're back with Chopper 11 live over breaking news in Westmoreland County. A crash has one northbound lane of Route 51 blocked in Ross River, and someone has died in this crash. We're working to get more information on the victim. Channel 11 traffic anchor Tricia Pittman joins us now with a look at where this happened and how to get around it. Tricia?
Yes, this is along 51 northbound. The road splits. 51 northbound goes in one direction. Southbound there, actually between the road, is a median area where you do have to cross over a Gallatin Road, and that's where the accident happened. You saw there from Chopper 11 that there was a grassy area, so that would be in the northbound direction there. To the left-hand side is where one of the vehicles involved in the accident is. That crossroad that you see there is Gallatin Road. It's just before you get to the gas station on the left-hand side of your road. On the right-hand side of the road would be that nursery and greenhouse. That's the area of Ross River Township, the area of 51 that we're talking about. They do have traffic getting by right now in a single lane pattern, so if you're moving through that area, you can get by. We are seeing a little bit of a delay. There is a chance that they would have to shut down those northbound lanes once they work to remove the vehicles from the scene. But again, this is a fatal accident, so expect crews to be out there for quite some time today in Ross River on 51 North.
All right, thanks, Tricia. Imagine coming home from dinner and seeing this fall through your roof. This bizarre situation happened inside the bathroom of a home about a half hour south of Chicago. That was a wheel from a machine that moves helicopters that crashed through the roof. Reporter Rob Elgis takes us through what happened.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Saturday night, Linda Taylor Witt and her family returned home from dinner and realized something really bizarre had just happened.
I just couldn't believe it. I stood there. I'm like, what the hell? I could not believe that a tire, and I'm like, is this an airplane?
In disbelief and understandably frightened, Linda says she called the police. They were just as baffled, so they called the fire chief.
And they couldn't believe what they were saying. He's like, I've never in my life seen this. He said, I've been a fireman for, he said, 30 or 40 some years.
Taylor Witt's home is just west of Lansing Municipal Airport, and officials began to piece together this mystery. She also got a call from the owners of Summer Skies Incorporated, a flight school that has a helicopter at the airport.
They were taking responsibility for it, and whatever needs to be done, they would take care of it.
Turns out the wheel's not from an aircraft, but from a device that moves a helicopter from one hangar to another. Somehow it stayed attached to the chopper until it fell off directly above Linda Taylor Witt's house.
The next thing might happen, the plane might fall on the house.
Pretty scary sight there. Living so close to the airport, she says she thought about the worst-case scenario. She's just happy it was just a wheel that struck her house. The flight school has reached out to the FAA and has followed all appropriate procedures. Security cameras captured people leaving their trash behind. This isn't a garbage dump. It's a Penn Hills neighborhood. The borough filed a complaint with the Public Utility Commission yesterday. The municipal manager told us just yesterday that 200 tires were removed from a railroad property on Leechburg Road. But it's not just tires that people are dumping there. Channel 11 showed you video earlier this year from the township's hidden cameras of people dumping all kinds of stuff.
We want the dumping to stop, and the residents want the dumping to stop, and the public officials here want it to stop too. And so if you're coming into Penn Hills from out of town, and you think this is a place to do it, you should really go somewhere else.
Their hidden cameras have caught more illegal dumping. They plan to release that video and file charges soon. We are weeks away from the holiday shopping season, and Toys R Us is making its big comeback, and it's all thanks to Target. Target is teaming up with the company that owns the Toys R Us brand to relaunch its website. This allows the company to have an online presence after going bankrupt and closing all of its stores. We checked out that new website, and here's how it works. You find the toy there, but when you add it to your shopping cart, it redirects you to Target's website to make the purchase.
Your
severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Well, good afternoon. If you've been outside today, it's very fantastic weather. We've got plenty of blue sky, sunshine, and you'll need the sunglasses. We have high pressure that's in control of our weather, and really over the next couple of days, this big blue H will be dominating our weather. And you'll notice around this high pressure, I have these white arrows drawn. Around high pressure and weather, we have a clockwise wind flow. So what that means for us is today, tomorrow, in the coming days, this wind is going to be for us coming in from the east, which is generally a cooler wind in the afternoon. But in this case, it's going to be leading to some chilly mornings, but some nice rebound in temperatures in the afternoons. Tonight, we are looking at the temperatures falling down into the 40s again. So it's going to be another chilly morning for you when you head out the door. We're going to have a clear sky. There are signs, though, that we could be detecting some patchy fog, and it could be dense in spots. I want to show you Fog Tracker. Fog Tracker is not going to show it being too terribly widespread, but in those low-lying areas and valleys, you'll see some gray showing up here in Allegheny County, Butler County, out toward Katanning. And this is where the model data is showing where we could potentially be dealing with the fog, and then it'll lift as we head through Thursday morning. So you're talking 8, 9 o'clock or so, not showing a whole lot out there. I just want to call your attention to it, though, because some of the data does show it could be thick. Here's a look at our forecast for tomorrow. Beautiful weather once again. Temperatures will be inching up every day that goes by through the end of the week. So about 50 degrees by 9 o'clock if you're out and about. 1 o'clock temperature 66, and the 5 o'clock temperature rated 70 degrees with plenty of sunshine. Here is a look at the other high temperatures. 68 in Butler tomorrow, about 69 in Beaver, and 71 degrees in Washington. Let me take you out to the west and show you our satellite and radar, which is the clouds and the rain and even the snow. And I'm showing you this because there's going to be a low pressure system that really gets its act together around this part of the country, comes across the northern plains and upper Midwest, and we're talking about blizzard conditions potentially for parts of the northern plains and the upper Midwest. If you have any travel plans, let's say through the weekend, you'll definitely want to keep your eye on that. For us, it will be a cold front followed by some pretty gusty conditions for part of the weekend. And I'll walk you hour by hour through our latest data for Saturday's rain coming up in the next half hour. In the meantime, temperatures will be climbing to the 70s through the end of the week, and your weekend is always in view. Showery skies Saturday and clearing things out for Sunday. Gordon.
All right, thanks, Danielle. Take a look at this. Can you guess what it is? How a squirrel's stash ended up inside a local couple's car. Plus 3 stores hit in one day. The thief who didn't quite think through his disguise. Coming up next.
11 News at 5, covering more news happening in Washington County.
Pittsburgh police are investigating a series of robberies in the West End, and at least 2 of the cases involved Z-Trip drivers. Since last Sunday, there have been 3 robberies. Each time, drivers were targeted at night. No one was hurt. At this point, no arrests have been made. A Pittsburgh couple got quite a surprise when they looked under the hood of their car when it smelled like it was burning. Turns out it was the work of a busy squirrel getting ready for winter. This is what they found. More than 200 walnuts stashed there by a squirrel. Chris Persick posted on Facebook that his wife's car smelled a little weird and was making a strange noise. They found the nuts and a ton of grass buried under there. Fortunately, didn't cause any major damage. Niagara Falls police are looking to bag a man they believe trying to rob 3 businesses in one day. This is video from inside a 7-Eleven Sunday night. Yeah, take a look at his disguise there. You can see he's got a bag over his head as he ran into the store and then demanded cash. The clerk said no, possibly because he saw what he was wearing, and then chased him out the door. A few hours later, though, a similar suspect walked into a donut shop with a plastic bag over his head. And the next morning, a Sunoco was hit. In that robbery, his image was caught on a nearby alley camera.
You never know. You know, people are wacko sometimes. You know, you can't read a book, you know, by the cover sometimes. So,
you think they'll catch him?
Oh, I'm sure eventually.
Doesn't seem like he's the smartest criminal. In the last robbery at the gas station, the man walked in, told the clerk he was a crazy person, and demanded cash and 2 packs of cigarettes. On the way out, he said, "I'm sorry, ma'am." There are growing concerns about a dangerous synthetic drug.
Hallucinations. We've seen people have heart attacks as a result.
We'll tell you what it is and the impact this is having on our area. And school safety is always a hot topic. The new technology that CMU is creating, and the school in our area that will be the first to use it, coming up.
Our weather can change in an instant. Depend on Pittsburgh's chief meteorologist Stephen Cropper and Severe Weather Team 11, the most experienced forecasters, using the most powerful tools to keep you ahead of every twist and turn.
Rain coming in during the morning commute.
Without the hype, just the information you need to know. Real, clear, accurate, to help you plan your commute and your weekend. Pittsburgh's chief meteorologist Stephen Cropper and Severe Weather Team 11. That's coverage. Day forecast now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
We're back with continuing breaking news coverage. Chopper 11 just flew over a bad crash in Westmoreland County that has one lane of Route 51 closed in Ross River. We know someone died in this crash. You can see a car flipped over next to the road there. There's also a very large truck there next to that vehicle as well. Again, one lane of 51 shut down as police piece together what happened. We'll have any breaking details in this newscast, and look for the latest tonight on Channel 11 News at 5. New concerns over synthetic marijuana, also known as K2. The side effects can be unpredictable, causing hallucinations and paranoia. Police think K2 was involved in overdoses at a rehab clinic in Braddock, but they can't say for sure. Channel 11's Aaron Clark has more on the evidence police are looking at.
K2, spice. The names given to synthetic marijuana, a drug originally created to learn more about marijuana.
When we wanted to study what does the receptor to THC in the brain do, so we found things that really turned it on powerfully to study that effect. And what has happened then is those powerful synthetics that act on that receptor leak out into the illicit market.
But because the drug is created in a lab, medical professionals are playing catch-up trying to determine when it's being used. K2 is hard to find on a drug test.
You have to very specifically look for these compounds, and because they're changing all the time, we're often trying to catch up to what the newest form of it is.
That's what may have happened last week in Braddock. Emergency crews responded to a report of overdoses at a rehab facility. Shredded paper was found in the rooms of the victim.
We have heard of paper being the means for distribution, essentially soaking it in this, letting it dry, and then potentially being able to smoke it.
Beyond those clues, law enforcement can only rely on symptoms found in other K2 cases, which include extreme agitation, rapid heart rate, hallucinations, sometimes seizures. Doctors say K2 can come in several forms, even disguised as potpourri. And they warn, although the drug hasn't been widely talked about recently, it is still a problem.
I would hesitate to ever say we're done.
Aaron Clark, Channel 11 News.
New information is out on the suspicious deaths of 11 people inside a West Virginia VA hospital. The FBI has identified a person of interest in those deaths now. According to the Washington Post, the person is a former hospital worker who was fired last year. She worked an overnight shift as a nursing assistant. 2 of those deaths have been ruled homicides. That includes Westmoreland County resident Felix McDermott. Investigators say all of the victims were injected with a fatal dose of insulin. A local teacher accused of stealing from a kids' basketball program is headed to trial. Police say Wendy Taylor stole $700 from the Carn City Elementary basketball program. She stole the money, or she spent that money rather, on snacks, shampoo, and her phone bill. Taylor teaches in the Montauk School District and has already paid back some of the money and says she intends to pay back all of it. It's a big topic, school safety, and there is a new tool that's kind of like security at airports. CMU is developing it, and only Channel 11's Aaron Martin went to the first school that will put it in place.
Between metal detectors and a school police force with more than a dozen officers, Gateway School District spares little expense to keep its students and staff safe. Now they're taking it to the next level.
We are eventually going to have artificial intelligence be able to detect whether kids are loitering, whether there's maybe a fight happening, a panic situation.
The district is partnering with the CMU-based tech company Cognistics to create a new type of security system using AI to identify potential threats. The program is in its early stages of development and will utilize the 150 cameras already operating in Gateway High School.
Is the idea that everything is pretty much covered, or how does it work?
Yes, in addition to just seeing an area on the camera, we want to make sure we see it in enough detail that you can identify what's happening.
Michael Brown is Gateway's Director of Technology. He says the district is already well protected with cameras which cover almost every inch of the high school, which he showed us on his iPad.
Look at multiple cameras, figuring out what's going on. When it sends the alert, it will keep watching and see it as it evolves.
Once the new AI system is developed and installed, it will use those same cameras to quickly identify a threat, and in an active shooter situation, alert staff which classroom should be on lockdown and which should be evacuated. Gateway High School Principal Justin Stevens expects the first part of the AI system to be in place by the end of the school year. He says the second part, which is still a year or two away, will take security a step further.
They'll be able to detect weapons, facial recognition of people that might not be allowed in the school or shouldn't be in the school. That is down the road.
Aaron Martin, Channel 11 News.
State lawmakers have set aside around $100 million over the last 2 years for school security, and that's helping districts to take previously unaffordable steps to keep students and staff safe. Well, we've had our share of nice weather lately, and that continues today. Meteorologist Danielle Dozier has her forecast for the day ahead in Severe Weather Center 11.
You go outside, you really can't find a cloud in the sky, Gordon. It's perfect out there today. And speaking of, I wanted to show you the suncast for the next couple of days. So we're kind of measuring how many hours per day each day where we're expecting to see that sunshine. And really, it's a no-brainer when we look at the forecast here. We analyze all the model data, guys. We're looking at lots of sunshine for today, Thursday, and Friday. In fact, about 11 hours or so. And Saturday, we're not going to see a whole lot of sunshine because we have rain moving in. Now, this is something that I brought to everyone yesterday, and if you missed it, this is what we're looking at in terms of these fall allergens, and I wanted to show you this because a lot of people have been writing me saying, when will we get some relief? Well, ragweed, mold, and dust mites are actually the top 3 fall allergens for our area, and if you've been suffering lately, mold has been very high because of the recent rain, and typically we see these start to subside when we get our first frost of the fall season. The average date of that in Pittsburgh is October 20th. However, in my 5-day forecast, there's actually going to be the potential for a frost, and I'm going to show you when. So stick around. You don't want to miss it. Gordon.
All right, thanks, Danielle. The ACLU is taking out a Pennsylvania court over the use of medical marijuana. A Lebanon County policy bans parolees or people under court supervision from using it. The ACLU claims their clients must now choose between jail and medical marijuana. The judge enforcing the policy cited federal law where medical marijuana is still illegal. The ACLU says a half-dozen Pennsylvania counties have a similar policy. The impeachment fight is ramping up, with President Trump's lawyers sending a letter to Democrats refusing to cooperate. They say the inquiry is unconstitutional. Our Jacqueline Fell has the latest from Capitol Hill.
The White House is refusing to hand over documents or let administration officials testify. It's all an attempt to slow down the impeachment investigation. In a letter to House Democrats, the White House says their impeachment probe, quote, lacks any legitimate constitutional foundation. Therefore, the president is refusing to participate. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi responding, calling the president's decision an unlawful attempt to hide facts. House Democrats announced a formal impeachment inquiry last month following a whistleblower complaint that President Trump pressured the Ukrainian president to look into political rival Joe Biden. Republicans are trying to discredit the whistleblower and defending the president by calling the investigation unfair.
This whole thing is a fairy tale. Adam Schiff is misleading you, and you're playing along with it.
The president is obstructing Congress from getting the facts that we need. That is an abuse of power for him to act in this way.
The president is turning to Twitter, defending his latest move, and once again saying his call with Ukraine was perfect. In Washington, Jacqueline Fell, Channel 11 News.
Millions of dollars is on the way to help firefighters, the top priorities for local departments. And the plan the city has to help people move on after a landslide destroyed their homes.
Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
The city is helping people affected by this landslide move on with their lives. We were there when this house on Observatory Hill collapsed. That landslide put several other homes in danger as well. This is video of that area now, and it is still in rough shape. City Council has now approved a plan to buy the condemned houses along Semi-Sur Street.
Living out of toast, sleeping on the couch, just dealing with, daily issues. It'll be nice to be back in my own space again, though, so I'm just looking forward to that.
There are also plans to build a retaining wall to help stabilize the hill and prevent other homes from damage. That project is expected to begin in the spring. Volunteer fire departments across the state are getting a helping hand. The state's Auditor General announced almost $60 million in state aid, and that is $5 million more than last year. The money will be used to buy life-saving equipment, fund critical training, and provide insurance for thousands of volunteer firefighters. 90% of the state's fire protection comes from volunteers. This is the first time in 6 years that the state aid has gone up. A convenience store clerk held up at gunpoint.
He comes up to the counter and says, "Give me your money," and I started laughing at him.
He says it's no big deal. Why the victim just laughed it off.
And we are tracking some pretty chilly conditions coming into the forecast. I'm going to let you know when those lows will dip down into the 30s and when the winds will really start to ramp up.
You're watching WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. Avoid scams, save money, and find great deals. Top consumer advocate Clark Howard. Weekdays at 8:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. on WPXI. Weekdays at 11 on Channel 11.
A convenience store clerk robbed at knife point. He told us he just laughed it off.
To risk all that for $88 is what he got. I mean, that's kind of dumb.
Channel 11's Gabriela DeLuca has more from that clerk and learned the suspect won't be getting out of jail anytime soon. He's behind bars on a $50,000 bond.
I wasn't going to get cut for less than $100, that's for sure.
This Sunoco clerk wasn't taking any chances when police say Glenn Durick nearly pulled out a knife while he was robbing the McKeesport gas station. The clerk, who was too afraid to show his face, tells Channel 11 at first he didn't realize what was going on.
He goes in, he's looking in the cooler. I figured he's going to buy some tea or something. Turns around, comes walking towards me, and then pulls his mask up.
The clerk said he actually didn't even take Durick seriously.
I mean, I'm looking right at the guy. He comes up to the counter and says, "Give me your money," and I started laughing at him. I thought it was a joke.
Then he realized he wasn't kidding around.
I said, "Man, there's no money. What are you doing here? Cameras everywhere." "I don't care. I want the money." And that's when he reached for that knife, and there was $80 in it, or $88 if you take it, you know. "You want the change, too?"
According to investigators, Durek turned himself in and admitted to officers that he was using drugs at the time and that he needed money for more drugs.
He needs to get some help, you know, to risk all that for $88 is what he got. I mean, that's kind of dumb.
Gabriella DeLuca, Channel 11 News.
Snow days may be a thing of the past for the North Hills School District. According to our partners at the Trib, the school board approved an application for flexible instruction days. That means students would turn in assignments online when classes are canceled because of bad weather. The program is only good for 5 days a school year, and districts must still have 180 instructional days. Pittsburgh is getting ready to celebrate Columbus Day Saturday with the return of the parade. It was canceled last year after the organizer passed away. This year, there's enough support to bring it back, and here's a look at the route that it will take on Saturday when it kicks off at 11 a.m.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
I wanted to start here with a beautiful picture of last night's sunset. This picture coming in from Sherry, and those cumulus clouds, they're called altocumulus because they're in the middle part of the sky when we look from the surface all the way up through the atmosphere, but they really make for beautiful sunrises and sunsets. And the one last night coming in just all across the area, saw a lot of pictures, but this one was pretty fantastic with the pink and orange colors in the sky. Thanks to Sherry for sending that one in. If you have any you want to share, you can always tweet me or Facebook me. Love to try to get them on air. Temperatures right now are in the 60s across the area. Another update, 65 in Beaver, 60 in Pittsburgh. It's 64 in Washington. Winds are right around 5 to 10 miles per hour on average. Beaver a little lower there at 3, but an 8-mile-per-hour wind in Pittsburgh. These winds today will come in out of the east-northeast. Tomorrow our wind will be out of the east if you kind of track the wind direction. Leaf raking forecast for tomorrow. We are going up into the upper 60s and low 70s across our area. Actually, this is for today, rather. Sorry. So for this afternoon, I'm looking at this like, oh yeah, 68's today. So here we go for today's forecast. 68 degrees at 5 o'clock, getting a little ahead of myself. A clear sky at 8 o'clock and 61. So if you want to rake the leaves today, looks like fantastic weather for that. Now let's go into tonight, into tomorrow morning. 46 degrees for your overnight low, so it will be chilly. We'll have some patchy fog, and I do believe it could be dense in spots, so rather thick. If you are heading out and about early tomorrow morning, you may want to check back with Channel 11 Morning News, and they'll get you caught up with potential for that limited visibility in spots. 41 for the overnight low in Greensburg. It's going to be chilly in Washington at 43. You'll need the heater in your car tomorrow morning as you are driving in. Here's a look at the forecast for tomorrow now. Sunshine at 9 o'clock. You want to get out and wash the car. Upper 60s to near 70 degrees for the afternoon high. Plenty of sunshine is back in our forecast for Thursday. 68 in Butler tomorrow, 71 in Washington, 73 in Uniontown. And as promised, to look ahead to Saturday's latest forecast, we have still trending as morning showers and into the early afternoon as the cold front pushes from west to east across the area. This rain will be ending from that direction, and by evening it looks like we are drying things out, and it could be turning rather breezy as well as we head into Saturday and Sunday. We will keep you updated on the exact miles per hour as we get a little closer, but this is the timing. And then look at that low temperature, Gordon. Upper 30s, and we start getting frost around mid to upper 30s if the winds are light. So we know it'll be pretty breezy, so we'll keep you updated on how things unfold for potential frost over the weekend.
Very good. We'll check back with you again. Thanks, Danielle. With the problems of sports teams and all of the problems that we've been having lately, we could do something like this here in Pittsburgh. The big city sports team that just opened a rage room for fans. Coming up next.
know everything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
If you're looking to take a trip, Amtrak has a buy one, get one free deal on several sleeper train routes. You need to act fast, though. The sale ends on Monday. The BOGO deal is valid for trips between November 11th through the first week of April, but there are some blackout dates around the holidays. The opening of Scarehouse's new Scream District in the Strip has been delayed again. This is the second time the opening has been postponed because of permitting issues with the city of Pittsburgh. Scarehouse posted on its website that they're in the process of reaching out to customers who bought tickets for this coming weekend. Scream District is now expected to open on the 18th. The Philadelphia Flyers have created what it calls a disassembly room for fans to let out their frustrations.
This is my nightmare.
Destroy items like guitars, televisions, and dishware using a variety of tools. This is a demonstration here, apparently. Anything from baseball bats to hockey sticks. It is the first ever rage room built inside a major professional sports arena. Fans will have to make a reservation, though, for the Flyers disassembly room. 5 minutes of smashing will cost about $35. You can do a lot of damage there. That's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast is tonight at 5. You can get breaking news updates anytime at our streaming apps. Just search WPXI on Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Channel 11 News 11 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
This is Take 5, highlighting Western Pennsylvania's most innovative and successful businesses.
Hello and welcome to Take 5. I'm Heather Rivera. Today I'm joined by Teresa Gaspard, Special Events Manager at the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium. Teresa, many people know and love the zoo. Their families enjoy visiting and seeing the animals and also attending those special events. But you're here to chat about your conservation efforts. I understand that you are dedicated to the conservation of endangered and threatened species around our globe. What kind of conservation work is the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium involved with?
We're involved in every facet of conservation, from directed species and habitat efforts to sustainable practices in our everyday operations at the zoo. We currently have 93 conservation projects which we lead, participate in, or fund in 38 countries across all 7 continents and in all 5 oceans.
Wow.
We have a partnership with PPG to administer the PPG Conservation and Sustainability Fund, which this year supported 20 projects, from rediscovering and breeding the alligator lizard in Guatemala, which is an arboreal lizard that was thought to be extinct, to putting tracking collars on elephants in Africa to help manage the human-elephant conflict that is occurring there. We've also helped in rescuing manatees and sea turtles that are affected by cold stress, along with 2 northern elephant seals that are now housed at the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium. We're also involved in planting almost 200,000 trees and native species in Africa and Central America. So we work to save all species. To learn more about it, you can visit our webpage, www.pittsburghzoo.org, and go to our conservation page.
How can people support this important work?
There are many ways that your viewers can support the zoo's conservation work. They can visit our webpage and go to the Support the Zoo tab, where they can click on Donate, and they can donate that way. They can also donate their time. We have a docent program where everybody can participate by volunteering. Another great way to support the zoo is by becoming a member. The membership fee not only gives guests unlimited annual access to the zoo to learn about our animals and become ambassadors for species conservation, but their membership fee also supports all of the conservation work we do. And what many people may not realize is that a single trip to the zoo helps directly support all of our conservation work.
Wow. Is there anything else you would like to share with our viewers?
The Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium is more than an organization that shares its ambassador species with the community to educate them about the natural world. The zoo is a globally recognized conservation institute that the city should be proud of, and we are so happy for the support of every single member of the Pittsburgh community. Without them, we couldn't do the conservation work that we do.
And why is animal conservation so important?
We're at a tipping point right now. We need to be aware that our choices have a broader impact on the world around us.
Thank you so much, Teresa. And make sure you visit the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium. For Take 5, I'm Heather Abura. We'll see you next time.
If you'd like your business